So, Steve, I mean, what is the difference between? I mean, I think there's probably people in this audience who have filmed their conference,
Sure.
and that's partly what you're going to be doing. What makes it different? What they would normally do in filming the conference to what we do with BBC?
Sure. Well, I think the first step is definitely to record the content. Picking up from what Paul was saying, it's about carrying the message beyond the day. And recording it is one aspect of it, but anyone can stand at the back of the auditorium and record the content. And now you're sitting with 8 hours of video material, and what do you do with it afterwards? Someone's either got to sit and trawl through it and find those key messages, which generally doesn't happen. So I think what is really unique here is about how we package that content and how we turn those key messages into short bite-sized video clips that are then distributed on whether it's for internal use, so it can be on a private YouTube channel, or if it's for external consumption, it can obviously go onto the internet and externally.
So what we're doing is really drip feeding those short, inspirational, informative clips through the year, and you can do that, as you say, on an app or on the company intranet.
Yes.
And that's
yes.
what really keeps that message alive.
Sure. The key thing here is it's like what we're having now, this little conversation that will encapsulate the essence of what a particular keynote was designed to deliver. And then packaging that for to be consumed afterwards. No one is going to sit 2 weeks later after a conference and watch a 45-minute keynote.
Right.
But they might sit and watch a 3-minute clip that really just captures the essence of it, that sparks that initial inspiration that got them excited, and then can carry the message beyond them.
Right, okay, so it's, and that's the other thing, is you're not just filming the conference, you're actually setting up a little studio outside in another room where you can actually pull a keynote speaker, pull your CEO, your MD, your sales manager out and say, hey, just in a couple of minutes, let's really just get to the nub of what you've said, or maybe even pull in another message, and then that becomes, so that's not necessarily the audience is seeing that, but they've sharpened up on that message, and now they can just share it in a 2-minute clip with me or with one of our other speakers.
Yes, absolutely, and that's where the kind of the TV concept comes in. It's like a little TV studio, and we have a little interview. It's separate, as you say, from the main stage, and that's how we capture that content. The conversations that are happening on stage are obviously another aspect of what can be captured and packaged as well as highlights. So what those interviews do is give us nice material to then put together like a 3 or 4 minute highlights of the day that can then be sent on as well. So, it's quite difficult again to go into a keynote and extract those little messages that you want to then include in a 3 or 4 minute highlights to send out afterwards. Whereas from those interviews, it's easy to get those little bites that we can then edit into a highlights package to then preserve the message afterwards.
I just love this, because the idea that everybody's going to remember this message when they've heard it once at your Bosbrad or your conference, we're just inundated, and this sadly I think is what we've all seen. We've had this amazing conference, powerful message, and then we kind of go back to same old Monday morning. Right, but now if on Monday morning you've got that little clip or you've got that message going out there, it's kind of tough to forget that.
Absolutely. Something else that we've recognized is the need for a quick turnaround because often a message 2 weeks later is too late. So we also offer like a speed service where we can actually edit on site. So while we're recording, we're cutting. And we have a 48-hour turnaround for that.
Sure.
So that allows, within a couple of days, you've got those videos available straight after the conference for people to keep that message and keep the momentum going very quickly afterwards.